I want to talk about the rental here because I did a bit of a house tour just because I know about the apartments that I looked for here because I didn't want to pay more than 300. So I'm paying $350 for this place plus electricity, which is $100 now with the one air conditioner going all the time. Most people think that's not very much. It was only $50 the first month. But that's when I wasn't using it all the time or something. I was trying to not use it much. I quit doing that because I need it's mostly the humidity. So I use it more as a humidifier. Anyhow, that's not the subject either. The subject was looking for an apartment. Okay, so what I did was I lived downtown for a week, and then I came to this neighborhood because I heard good things about it, and I found a guest house. Well, first, Philip, my tuk-tuk driver, took me around, touring around, and he took me to a place which I thought I should tell you about because it was really cute and nice, and I would have gotten it if my circumstances had been different. So if you're a young person, and especially if you're single, but a couple could have lived there too, it was on the top of the building, so that was the good thing, and the not so good thing for me, because it had a wonderful, let's do the positives first. It had a wonderful view, and it even had a little balcony, so you could look out and you could step outside, which I kind of need to have. And so, yeah, and you could have plants if you wanted to. I mean, you could live there. It was little, but it was modern. See, that's the difference between that place and this place. This place is not modern, but I fell for the ceilings. Here we go. Again, I have to show off the ceilings. So, it was modern, Chinese made. I lived in China too, and I loved my little apartments there. Everything's modern and clean and new. So that's the way it was. It had a studio, kitchen, living room, little desk place for a little office desk, but then it had a separate bedroom. So it wasn't big at all. In fact, it was pretty small in the whole place. Not as big as this living room. Well, not quite. It was a bit bigger than that, considering the bedroom, but not much. But that's okay, especially if you're by yourself. Like, this place is really too big. And I have to pay somebody to clean it or clean it myself, which means it's not very clean now. Or it could be better. So that would have been really perfect for somebody else. But at this stage of my life, I felt like I was going to be too isolated up there in the top because I don't go out very much. But if you do, then it would, that would not be a factor for you. But I wanted to be closer to the street. And that's also from living in Spain. I think I do miss that about Spain is the street life. There's not much street life here. People that live here go out. They do go out. They go on their motorcycles or in their cars. So that was the first one, and it was only 300, only 300. 300 should be top, really. Unless you want to go to one of the more posh areas like BKK1 and probably BKK2, which are other areas that they talk about, which are more expensive. But that's if you're a couple and you're a man who's been making good money or whatever, something like that. Not a single woman who has been low income. So where else did I go? Oh, I did look at one other one that was a shop house like this one. And it was good enough condition, but you had to cross this busy street to come over to this area that's closer to the market. And also the landlord didn't live there, but there wasn't anybody there, which I really felt like, now that I'm here, I'm not sure I realize that, but you should realize that. It's good to have somebody on the property that can take care of things if you're a foreigner, because you're not likely to speak Khmer, and you might speak French, but that won't be really very helpful, I don't think, unless you're speaking to other French people. So, yeah, it's good to have somebody on site, like the people here, our owners are Chinese, as Philip, the tuk-tuk driver, said. everybody that owns these houses are Chinese, or these buildings, the newer buildings are Chinese because the Khmer don't have any money. He said. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so, and they speak English well enough. And so it's him and the daughter that manage the place, and they are pretty good at managing the place. But they do help me get things you need to get, like, oh, I forgot to put my speaker thing on. So you do need them to get, you need help to get normally, unless you're really good at managing these things. And I'm pretty good at managing these things, or have been. But I'm a bit more intimidated here because of the language barriers, more extreme than the Spanish language barrier was, not so much. And there were more people around. Anyway, yeah, so getting gas to cook with, had to replenish the butane bottle, and water to drink in the big blue bottles. There are things, that repetitive things that you have to take care of. And then they're supposed to take care of other things like the vans and the air conditioner and the TV. It's good to have a TV too. And especially if you're living alone. I discovered that. I heard somebody say that the TV really helps with the loneliness problem, if it's a problem, or I should say when it is, because sometimes it is, but usually it's not, but sometimes it is. And the TV is a good thing to have. It makes noise and it's people talking and like that. I know, it's not real people. Neither is the screen, neither is YouTube. Oh, maybe I'm more real people, but you know what I mean. It's still a screen thing. Yeah, not a person, not a physical person. So I don't know where I was going with that. If anywhere, this is why it's called Reb's Rambles. Apartment hunting. And then I found this place, and actually Philip was with me too. Well, it was one of the first places we went to because I came back after we toured that modern one. When did I see the other one? It's been after I took this one. No, I don't know. But anyway, Philip was with me, and that was nice. Because we were touring around, and I said, well, we should look on the street where my guest house is. Alrighty, quick tour of the living room. I hope it's presentable enough. There's the bedroom window where I'm hoping that the air-conditioned air comes out of and into the rest of the house. There's a room upstairs, which I was debating on whether to put cotton sheets on the bed and rent it out because it's pretty big. It's really big. But I decided not to because I don't really like living in the city that much. Even though I really love my apartment, so I'm thankful. The fan in here does work. My beautiful ceilings. Which is why I rented the house. Lots of light in the front here. We'll go out there and have a look at the street. Really old television, but I watch it because there's several channels that I like. There's DW from Germany. There's 2 French channels. There's even a Spanish and an Italian one sometimes. There's my desk, working table, and eating table, which I don't really like doing both of those things at the same place, but that's how it is for now. I think I'm going to go and buy this wicker-style furniture. There's a whole street of it. I think I'm going to go and buy myself a little round table. And there we have it. Shoes by the door. Let's take a little tour down the hallway. Oh, let's back up a bit here because I like this hallway. Look at how nice it is. And there's the room upstairs and my air conditioner. Okay, let's take a little tour down the hallway with the beautiful lights reflected off the real tile walls. And my laundry, which I am doing in the Khmer style, which is these racks. Everyone has these racks and they're put out in front of the house because a lot of houses actually do the laundry for their neighbors, I suppose, but for people. And so they have the clothes hanging up out front on the sidewalk, if there was a sidewalk, on the street, on the front of the house. And so that's what I'm doing. That tie is for the door because when it's windy, there's my traditional broom. It's very soft. It's nice on the floor to get the dust. My traditional door has a cloth, these really pretty print cloths that you can buy at the market for about $5. And I put it on the door because the door gets really hot. Even when it's not sunny, I noticed today I was testing it and it's still hot. A little plant because I'm trying to grow plants in water. Water in a bottle. A toaster I got from a friend, and the iron I got too. I didn't want to buy those things new. And there's the basic kitchen, like I was saying. It reminds me of Barcelona 30 years ago. And it's okay. It's not fancy, and but it's clean. Now that I did some extra cleaning. And it's comfy. And I bought some pretty little dishes at the Japanese secondhand store because I like dishes that I enjoy washing. I never have had things that match. I don't like matching dishes. And we'll go around here. The bathroom's right there. And we have the basic refrigerator, not too big. I just put a chair there to hold the towels when I come out of the shower. That's nice. And a whole bunch of bananas. I bought a bunch, like off the branches. They're hanging on the little market stand where I go. And so that's fun. They're actually getting soft, and then I can just cut one off as I want one. They're not too big. Those luscious avocados from here. Some fresh bread, which I cut up into pieces and put in the freezer. Take it out to toast it. And this rack that I bought in the marketplace because there's really not much cupboard space in here. My shopping basket you've seen before, probably. Stairs that go upstairs. Interesting stairway. All right, we're going back out. And there is another doorway right here. It's inside. And that's another thing from India, which I really like. I like those things anyway, and I've never seen one that was quite so pretty as this one. With the shells and the elephants all decorated with beads. Yeah. So I got that from her, too. And then there's this door that goes outside. Actually, when this apartment was separate, then it had this separate. This is the back, or actually goes upstairs, but it's blocked off now. And so this is the house next door. Which I hope they can't see over that wall into the kitchen and bathroom. And this goes downstairs from here. This is my door. And this goes downstairs. It's really a pretty walkway, and I wanted to use it when I first came here. But can't open the gate. Gates have these really hard locks to open and close. So, but it is pretty outside too. And here we're at the front door again, going out to the front balcony. Here's the porch. The porch is the front balcony. Has one of these other old sofas, but no cushions. One cushion. And I do sit out here sometimes when there's a breeze. And the hallway goes down to the other apartments and down out the main gate, which I use now instead of my side gate. Across the street. Nice view of the old houses across the street. My little garden. The big plant was already here. Little corner, little house I put up there for a house blessing. And blessings for wherever you call home.